everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. I know you're going to really enjoy this recipe today. It's one of my favorites. It's a real simple recipe, only has a few ingredients. If you've worked all day and you come home and you need to feed the family, or you just want to eat right and have a simple recipe to make, this is definitely the recipe you want to make. It's called pesto creamy chicken with orzo. The ingredients are salt, pepper, orzo, pesto sauce, which is made with pine nuts and fresh basil. I made it earlier so it'd be ready. I'm also going to put a link to a show that I did previously on making that. All you have to do is click on the lower right hand corner where it says subscribe. If you're on a computer, if you're on a cell phone, stand it up, you'll see the word subscribe, and then you'll see right next to it says the word more, and that's where all the recipe and details are. Or if you really want to, you can go to my website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. So as far as garlic goes, you're going to need a couple of cloves of garlic. I'm using up the rest of this roasted garlic. Also some cherry tomatoes. We're going to need to cut those in 2 or 3 pieces. I'll show you a shortcut with that, and I've also made a video on cutting up cherry tomatoes. Some fresh mayonnaise. I've already measured it out. Raisins. Currants, which are a little salty, so you salt a little easier using these. And then the carrots. The carrots I've already washed, and they're peeled carrots. I cheated, I bought peeled carrots. I have the water boiling on the stove. I'm going to go put some salt in it now. You don't want to salt it until it starts boiling. For the salt, I have some sea salt that I'm going to put in. So I have this bag of real salt. It's a kosher thick salt. This is what I use for boiling in my pasta. So we have to put this in, and you typically want to cook it for 7 to 9 minutes. So I'm just going to go 7 and start that timer. You're going to want to stir that from time to time with a wooden spoon. Let it get started. I keep my pine nuts, extra ones, in the freezer. And the next thing we need to do is to go ahead and get this pan going. So I'll turn this on. And typically you'd use a couple of tablespoons of oil. I happen to like oil, so I probably use more than most people. Let's just stir this pasta. To cut up the carrots, I'm just going to cut them up in small little bite-sized circles. I guarantee that roasted garlic is going to be better than fresh garlic. That was roasted like in olive oil. Okay, that should be enough. Oh, the carrots, we'll save those for another day. Now the tomatoes, typically you want to take the tomatoes and you want to put them in between 2 lids. But I have this little trick that I do where I use scissors. And as you can see, I can cut like 4 or 5 times with this, and it's pretty quick. I think I can cut faster with scissors than I can with a knife. And there's a lot of tomatoes here, these little ones. And those scissors, if you're worried about it, you can spray them with the mixture that I use for cleaning, which is bleach, dish soap, and water. I have a video on that as well. Have everything here ready to go. Just going to need to get it going. Lots of times I do the carrots first. I don't do the tomatoes at the same time. I give the carrots a head start. And then some salt. And you can use sea salt, or I have some real nice garlic sea salt that my sister gave me. I used that for lunch today, and I tell you, it has a real nice taste to it. So let's give it a few minutes to go and we'll do the next step. Put the garlic in. I didn't want to put it in too soon because I don't want it to burn. After I'm going to turn the heat off. Let it cruise. I like this burner that I'm using because it doesn't get overly hot and it really doesn't burn things. It can, but as a rule, it doesn't burn everything. And, you know, like the stove kind of burns things if you really have it up anything more than medium. This thing here, you turn it off and it doesn't burn things. There we go. Now, as you can see, that is looking really good. It's starting to get quiet. The garlic is already roasted. It's just getting heated up with things. And then the wooden spoon. Wow, does that smell good. Then you just put it in a mixing bowl. Just like that. And you want to cover it. If you don't have a lid for it, which I wonder sometimes, you know, like if you have a lid that would fit that, but it's a mixing bowl, so I don't really have a lid for it. I have some aluminum foil here that's ready, just to keep it warm. Next thing we need to do is to wipe out this pan. And I have brought more towels because we need to dry the chicken. So here we go. Now, chicken in the skillet. There we go. Get it cooking. Wash my hands. I'm going to put in some olive oil around the outside of the pan. I'm going to put some salt and pepper on the chicken. I'm cooking it about 3 minutes per side. And ultimately, I'm going to check it with a thermometer, make sure it's 165. The pasta is all done, and I need to drain it. You have to rinse it to get the starch off it so it doesn't stick together. And of course, it's going to be salty because I put the sea salt in that water. Let's turn over these chicken breasts. They're white, that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and salt. A little bit, not a lot. Pepper. Now I can go ahead and I can put in the currants and the capers. Now let's put our cooked vegetables in and give it a stir. And I'll just put my foil on. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to take a sneak peek at the temperature of these. I don't want to overcook them. I'd rather undercook them and have to wait a little bit more. I'm almost there. 163. It is all done, so it is time to go ahead and start to plate things up. So we have our cooked chicken. We have our rice. Look at that, huh? Chicken. And I'm going to scoop out some of the currant and raisins. I'm going to put it on top, but then I'm going to move it off. Now if you want, you can put a little bit of olive oil on this. I don't want a lot. And then we need to put some of our mayonnaise. And pesto. Just like that. That is a beautiful dish. Wow, this is pretty exciting. I can't wait to eat it. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up if you like chicken breasts. Let me know. Leave comments. I love to read comments from people. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye for now.